¿Cómo andan los halcones galácticos? Silverhawks son humanos biónicos. Qué grande, ¿eh? Qué épico esa serie, ¿eh? Bueno, loquito, tenemos estos dos Terminators acompañándonos. Y básicamente lo que hicimos en el último capítulo fue terminar todas las misiones secundarias que por lo menos teníamos activas. ¿Sabés que tengo dudas? Yo quería hacer, quería visitar antes de irme, porque tenemos que ir a la nave. Supuestamente nos vamos, supuestamente. Pero quería ir a dar una vuelta por la cantina, que hay mucha gente ahí. Capaz que alguno nos da otra misión, no sé, puede ser. Así que vamos a ver qué onda. Si escuchás ruidos raros, perros, gatos, hombres, mujeres, bebés llorando, motos, autos, gente gritando, vos ya sabés que este edificio tiene vida propia. Bueno, a ver, ¿dónde estaba
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
la cantina? ¿De dónde era?
Think something outside the walls today.
Acá.
Nothing for us.
Heard someone's been turning in bounties. About time.
Heard someone's been turning in bounties. About time.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your business. And there's no need for you to pry either. Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum. Coming right up.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to, where am Edgewater, Jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive.
Vos sabés que en el capítulo anterior les conté una anécdota de un amigo que quedó súper borrachín y tengo otra parecida también con otro amigo y el loco también había, pero quedó para el desmayo también, ¿no? Después de haber tomado tanto. Y vos sabés, bueno, lo mismo, la hermana de él se puso a llorar, estaba re mal. Le digo, bueno, vamos a pegarle, estaba mal el flaco, ¿viste? Vamos a pegarle una duchita, le digo. Nada, lo puse en bolainas, en pelota, obviamente le dejé la ropa interior puesta, lo puse abajo del agua fría, cosa que se despabile, y estaba re mareado, loco, estaba re mal, y la hermana al lado mío llorando, ¿viste? Me acordaba por el borracho este. Y, y sí, bueno, le digo, ya está, le digo, no lo vamos a dejar 3 horas en la ducha. Le digo, apago la ducha, qué sé yo, y lo agarro para sacarlo. Era un flaco que pesaba 80 kilos, 70 kilos, o sea, costaba levantarlo. Y la hermana dice, la hermana me dice, tratalo bien, tratalo con cuidado, sí, no te preocupes. ¡Pum! Le doy la canilla, le doy la cabeza contra la canilla. Y ya tenés que ver, escuchar, tenías que escuchar el llanto de la hermana. Y el loco estaba re mal, pobre tipo.
Oh, it's fine. I'm only on my third bottle. I don't start heaving up my guts as long as I can count to 3. Company lets me imbibe as much zero-G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. You jealous yet? Yep. Got my mitt stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on zero-G brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional. Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
Bueno, pensé que me iba a dar algo más. Vámonos, sigamos. Nos queda acá nada más. No queda otra. Ay, Dios. Se me cayó una lágrima de la risa. Nada, fue un error de cálculo y le pegué la cabeza contra la canilla, ¿no? O sea, imagínate lo fuerte que le pegué, pero fue sin querer, ¿no? Que el loco se despertó y se agarraba la cabeza. Y al otro día estaba re fisura, loco. Estaba súper roto estaba.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my
Daba por
catalyzers,
hecho que
and I can
venías
keep your
igual, ¿eh?
ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Welcome.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Muy bien. Dale, fuera. Uf, el tobillo. A ver qué tenemos acá. Talentos. Lo mismo. Yo siempre me aseguro 2 puntitos a distancia y defensa. Siempre. Y después la vamos regulando, ¿eh? Después lo reparto un poco. Me quedan dos. ¿Le doy a cuerpo o le doy a distancia y defensa? Podemos darle así, cuerpo a cuerpo y a distancia. Pues defensa dentro de todo está bastante bien con la armadura por ahora que tengo. A ver, lo quita.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Esa nave está, pero empujala, ¿eh? Mientras esperamos la carga, dale like, suscribite, campanita y dale un beso a Canela. Mandale saludos a Canela. Canela, saluda a la gente.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram. A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Quiero ir a buscar el holograma ese. El sudario holográfico proyecta un disfraz sobre tus acompañantes y tú, que os permite acceder a zonas restringidas, siempre y cuando tengas el cartucho de identificación correspondiente. Bueno. Buena vista, ¿eh? Qué loco, boludo. Ya cuando estemos en una nave. Que me van a leer. Ah, mira. ¿Y dónde tengo que ir? Este es el laboratorio de Phineas. ¿Pero dónde tenía que ir? Ah, ¿qué puedo? Ta 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 ta. Pero... Ah, donde estoy yo era en
We've
Terra
arrived at
2.
the groundbreaker.
Estaba confundido. ¿Y eso? ¿Y ahora?
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Ah, solamente dos se puede elegir. Está bien, está bien. Ah, ¿sabes qué no me fijé? Las acciones no de Parvati, del otro acompañante. Quiero ver si es activo, pasivo, esas cosas. Bueno, a ver.
Just checking your ship's...
Bueno,
Smells
bueno.
like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers. Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem here.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
You must really want it truncheon through your teeth. Do what you want. I'm done here.
Whatever you heard, it's all true. The guy insulted my Rizzo's Rangers, alright? You can't just insult my Rangers and expect to get away with it. So, of course, I decked him with a tossball stick. I mean, what am I? Some kind of fair-weather fan? Only the finest group of tossball players ever to take the field. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it? Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss.
Ah, pensé que le iba a reclutar.
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you. If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down. Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
Mechanicals all over, but they still got us sweating to move boxes.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Jun Lei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know. Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the Board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Glad to help. Relative to the Board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a... All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the Board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top and manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom. You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that. It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
Era necesario bancarse todos estos diálogos porque te abren misiones. O fíjate que dicen muchos personajes, muchos NPCs dicen estibador. Esto no te van a decir mucho. Pero hay personajes que tienen nombres. Que puede ser que te digan algo más. ¿Ves? Como ese. Quizás.
Carry on.
No.
Captain, could I have a moment of your time?
¿Este es el que habló recién?
That was a good thing you did, Captain.
¿Quién habló recién?
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time, while we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how... I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone
Este busca un traductor porque en el capítulo anterior le conseguimos un libro. El libro está en francés.
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Thank you, Captain. This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the scholar shipped in and out with.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again.
¿Y cómo me pongo
No
el...?
one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You're hearing things.
No.
Ah, es automático.
Seriously, there was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard
Vamos a grabar, por la duda si la cagamos, que es muy probable. Es muy probable que la caguemos.
everything.
You know, there's more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that? Graham?
Asshole.
Keep your sights out, friend.
Yo no entiendo esta terminal. Debe estar acá atrás, me parece, ¿eh? Bueno, vamos a hacer otras misiones y vamos a dejarlo para después.
I don't have time for this.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hard-working citizens. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
Yeah, I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bills somehow.
Se ve bien el juego, ¿eh? Se ve bien, ¿eh? ¿Dónde mierda tenemos que ir? ¿Por acá? Mirá lo que es.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Milk chocolate bar with caramel and tea-free nuts in it. It's time
Move
for
along.
a KYO.
Ah, Mardet es una especie de soldado, me parece. Creo que...
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business. Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from. Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby
Creo
mitts
que
to itself.
este video va a
Chief
ser
Tennyson
mucho
holds the
diálogo,
ship
¿eh?
together, the promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown. Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her root. Of course, most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy...
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms, do you know Edna over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar. Yes, dearie? Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway, where that distress signal I told you about came from, and ferret out some tasty corporate secrets for old Gladys. Shouldn't be too tough for a fella like you. I've got a lovely little throw pillow. Just something I toss together. Like to keep my hands busy.
¿Por qué no la puedo comprar? Está buena esta, ¿eh? ¿Y cuánto vale? 6 lucas vale. No, loquita.
Got my sights on you.
Bueno.
This is a law-abiding establishment. Honest.
¿Qué más tenemos? Diario. Ah, seguimos con esto. ¿Qué hay acá arriba? Se me colgó el juego. Y seguimos. Va a estar durísimo. Lo que voy a hacer después, porque hoy es mucho diálogo, me parece. Voy a tener que reiniciar el router. Acá no hay más nada. No voy a robar nada para no mandarnos cagada. Mucho para investigar acá, ¿eh?
Gonna head to Lear's for whiskey and darts.
I try and keep the place clean in case Chief Tennyson stops by.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till Junlei gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing. Only the usual. Marauders all over space. You ever wonder how folk who can't figure the bleeding edge technology of a spoon can manage to get ships into space? The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it.
It might be your thermal control system's busted. That can happen if it's not tended to from time to time.
I don't really care what the issue is, kid. I just want it fixed. Sweat's starting to make me chafe in places I shouldn't be chafing. Engineering. Chief Junlei
Ya
Tennyson,
me lo
to
contó
be
el flaquito
precise.
antes, pero
She
bueno,
runs this heap. Best she
por la
can
duda
anyway.
vamos a
Don't
repreguntar.
know what's got her dragging her. They're supposed to gather up all the heat the systems generate and vent it into space. Instead of the heat going where it ought, though, it seems weeks? I lost track. Too law-damn long. That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward help, there's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. Any system you could name, June's crawled around inside and made it better. She doesn't come around here all. What ain't I got?
No, esta vende pura comida. Vamos.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy. Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys. So, what can I get you?
Mirá lo que es este rifle. Entre 52 y 118 le clava, ¿eh? Qué lindo. La lanzagranada. Tiene pura arma esta piba. 52 y 118. Y la mía tiene... Ah, la misma. Digamos. Si quiero... Ah, mira, ahí está.
I know she's in there, Mfuru.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Heard of it? My orientation aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
That's true.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's a Spacer's choice beer. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as I can see all of the top quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a... Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Spread wash, mouthwash, and mantifwash. Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them. Trouble sleeping? Try our lunar eclipse mix.
¿Cómo te desvía la
Two
charla?
handfuls of pep pills
No importa lo que le
washed down with a
preguntes,
hearty swig, 2-hour energy brew.
te la desvía.
Blast will send you through the stratosphere and the crash will not... Have a look.
Ah, te vende el casco de él. Igual tiene nivel 3. 3 de defensa tiene. No, no vende nada. El de las armas es la otra. ¿Cuánta gente, loco? ¿Qué onda?
Are you listening to me, Emfuru? You can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill. Something I can help you with? We don't have
qué
the
tonto.
ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed as...
Bueno, chao,
Take
chao,
care.
chao. No se olvide nada. ¿Y vos?
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed. Good luck getting to Jessie, and better luck if you do. She's a real piece of work.
Voy a grabar por las dudas.
Dr. Dorset's a deft hand with a blade. Hardly needs a scar.
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
For the last ratted on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you? What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all... Should've known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently, I befriended a
La cagué,
in
¿no?
the process. Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing.
All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years. If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the Med Bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent. Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Y sí, y ahora tenemos que volver. Bueno.
Any word on Jesse? Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Bien, seguimos agregando, seguimos sumando misiones. Qué grande el bicho este, ¿eh?
CNP near maple syrup. It's near this complete breakfast.
Miss Lilia takes good care of us, see? The authorities stay off our tails.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How...
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons. Everything I sell is fresh from the forge. Technically, the metal formed billions of years ago, but it's freshly in this shape. Not me, but it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family worked Eridanos, indentured to the I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on Groundbreaker. It's the last
Bueno, a ver, este tiene armas melee. Mira esta armadura, 26. ¿Y yo qué tengo? 16. Oh. Y mis chicos, 16 y 17.
itching to whack someone over the head.
Única cagada. Es que hay una sola, 26. Hay una sola, ¿no? De 26. Y el casco. Qué lindo, loco. Uf. Me hace acordar ese juego. Me hace acordar de dos juegos. Uno es el Crisis y tiene un aire a. ¿Cómo se llama? Bueno, Metroid. Los fanáticos de Metroid me deben estar puteando. Eh, Casco 9, 9 y 11. Tengo un casco mejor que el 9 y el 11 acá. Sí. Bueno, ahí quedó. Listo, ahí quedó. Ah, podríamos.
Itching to whack someone.
También podemos vender, ¿o no? Tengo dos armaduras. Tengo dos cascos que son medio pelo. Vender, vender. Ahí lo dejamos. Qué grande, ¿eh? Están, pero. Por favor, dame una misión para romper todo. Quiero matar bichos. Che, ¿en dónde dice la experiencia que me falta para subir de nivel? O sea, abajo del 7, del nivel, aparece una barrita. Pero no veo a mí me gusta ver el número. Ah, quería ver otra cosa, mira. Ah, ves que dice agresivo. Está bien, porque lo primero que van a hacer es atacar.
Got one more hour before the dockmaster bills
¿O
me.
no?
How many beers can I down?
Uy, está cerrado acá. ¿Por dónde voy? ¿Viste? No, este debe vender comida. Ah, mira. ¿Y cómo pasó? Ah, acá. Ush. Se nota el calor, ¿eh?
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty warm.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy. Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence. Those idiots are immune to reason, and they don't much care if the station melts to pieces. They're content to die last. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer that. But more than anything, we need those parts. I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable. Nice and pragmatic. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Bueno.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township?
Watch out something doesn't explode in your face.
Applying for military training.
Bien, subí de nivel. Y tengo ventajas que podemos agregar. ¿Ves? Este es un bonificador si jugás solo. Este está bueno. Están todas buenas. Tienes un índice de armadura inicial que se suma a cualquier armadura que te pongas. Y te da más defensa. Con esto te duran más las armas. Al atacar al tipo de objetivo apropiado, se debilitará automáticamente. No tengo idea qué carajo quiso decir.
And lend your life to protecting our wonderful brands and products.
Where are we headed? Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. And did you see the size of her arms? Gosh, did she ever. Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? She's just, here's how to fix it. And they trust her. It's just... she's calm and knows what to do. Something you need?
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no. No one wants you on Groundbreaker.
He stared on board property.
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well,
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilries? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his... That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserable. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. Well, it's my white whale, I suppose. It's fine, really. It's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work. Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases. That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate? I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical for a change. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work? Be my guest.
Oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit? No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no. Best to be clear, I believe.
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and I have few complaints.
Ugh. Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from her. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
She's doing everything she can. It's your people's fault it's not fixed, not June Lay's.
My, aren't you, excitable. Oh, sweetie. I don't owe a grease-stained wrench jockey like her the time of day. Let alone my deference. I'm sorry, my temper got away from me. Please accept my sincerest apologies to you and your...
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess.
Well, now that that's dealt with... Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so resents any board presence, no matter how but when the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care. A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive... Ask away.
Bueno. Tengo que decirle a la chica que va a tener que ir a mulear. A mulear es el trabajo pesado, ¿no?
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better than average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version. You won't be sorry, though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
Bueno. ¿Y esta piba?
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm indentured to the board now.
A laburar
I
nomás.
ain't too elated about going exclusive, but it's better than winding up dead. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are...
Bueno, mucho diálogo, ¿eh? Acá hay mucho diálogo, salvo cuando tengamos que ir a buscar, eh, esos materiales para arreglar ¿cómo se llama? Bueno, el calor que hace ahí, no me sale la palabra. Si el video te gustó, dale like, compartí, suscribite, dale a la campanita que te avisa cuando subo videos. Te mando un saludo, un fuerte abrazo y nos vemos. ¡Chau!